Hi guys, welcome to my channel, and this is Joe. In this video I'm going to show you how to create Django SEO friendly URL using Slugs. So as you know, search engine optimization is an important aspect of web development, especially if you are planning to generate traffic from search engines like Google. And one of the key features of search engine optimization is this SEO friendly URL. So it's very important for you to make sure that your website has search engine friendly URLs. Luckily for us, Django comes inbuilt with a slug field model field that allows us to easily generate search engine friendly strings that can be used in our URL patterns. So a slug is a part of the URL. For those who don't know, a slug is a part of the URL that identifies a particular page on a website. So for example, let us look at these two URLs. This is a URL at example.com/article/1, and then this is another URL that goes to another article. So if you compare these two URL structure, you find out that the second structure actually makes more sense. By looking at the second structure, you can see that this page is going to talk about how to code. It's as simple as that. So this is the same thing that happens with search engine web crawlers. When they look at a URL, they're able to kind of have an idea of what you are to expect on that particular page. Okay, and that is why search engine friendly URLs are very important. So in this video, we're going to change our project from this structure, and then we are going to achieve this structure. So to do that, I have a simple Django app set up, and then I have a blog app set up inside the project. As you can see, I have an article here called how to code, and then the URL structure is article/4. So we're going to change this URL structure and then include this title in this URL structure, and we're going to be doing that with the help of the Django SlugField. So let's go to my VS Code where I have a project set up. So this is my VS Code, and if you look at this, I have a simple Django app, and then I have a blog app inside the project. So the blog app has the views where you have the home view, you have the about, and then we have the article, which returns the article details. Okay, then we have the models, which has a post model, and then we have the title, the content, the date posted, and the author for that particular article. And then in our URLs, we have the URL structure for the 3 pages that we have on this web app. So to get started, we're going to go to the models, and then we're going to add a new field to our model called slug. So this slug is going to inherit from the models.slug field, and then the default is be empty, and this, and then we're going to set it to editable equals false. So let's go through this. So we are using this SlugField model that allows us to convert a string text into a slug, and that's basically what this does. So we are setting the default value as an empty string, so initially it does not contain anything, and then we are setting the max length to 200, and then we are making it editable equals false, which means that we will not be allowing manual edit for this particular field. The field is going to be generated automatically, and then it will not be manually edited or programmed. So one important thing you should take note about this slug field is the max length. The max length is very important. You need to ensure that the max length of the slug field is not lesser than the max length of your slug parameter, for example the title. So for our slug, the parameter we're using will be the title, so we'll be generating our slug from the title of the post. So make sure that this guy is enough to accommodate the length of your parameter. So for the title has a max length of 200, and then for our slug we have a max length of 200. So it means that whatever the length of the title is, we'll be able to accommodate it in the slug field. So but for instance, if you do not include the max length, the default length will be 50. So it means when you have a title that is of 100 characters, then the app will find it difficult to save the 100 character title inside a 50 character slug field, and then you are going to be having some weird errors. So the best thing to do is to always make sure that the two fields have the same length, and then or the slug field has a lesser length to this it has a larger length to the title field. Okay, so that's basically how this works. So I could make this 300 if I want, and then it will still work well because 300 is higher than 200, and then it's going to accommodate it. But if I make this 100, then there will be a problem when you have titles that are longer than 100. Okay, I hope you get the idea. So having done that, the next thing we're going to do is for our absolute URL function, we're going to include the slug field. So I'm going to do slug self.slug. So now when we're generating the absolute URL for this post, we'll be able to include the pk and also the slug into the absolute URL. So up next, we're going to have a save function right here that allows us to override the save method and then format the slug field appropriately. So in this function, we are making use of the slugify utility, and very quickly we are going to import that. So you're going to go here and do from django.utils.text import slugify. So what is the function of slugify? So slugify takes a string and then it formats the strings in standard URL format. So what does it do? It converts spaces into hyphens or dashes, and then it removes special characters from that particular string. So for example, if you have a title that says dog and cats show, slugify will convert this to dog-cat show. So it removes the symbol in between, it removes the spaces, converts them into hyphens, and then you have a slug or a URL structure that looks like this. So that's basically what slugify does to your post titles. So now that we've had this setup, the next thing we're going to do is to go to our views. And in our views, I look at this, everything is fine, but then you have to pass in the slug parameter so that our views, we know that it's expecting a slug. Let me leave this out. Okay, and then we go to our URL structure, and here in the URL structure I'm going to put string, which is a slug, and then I'm going to hyphen here. So now we are passing in the slug into the URL, and then we are using the pk right here. So the article's URL structure will now be /article/slug hyphen the primary key for that particular post. So now let's go to our blog app and then go back to the home page. Okay, I think the server is off. Okay, and then I refresh this, and then I click on this. It says it's got an unexpected keyword argument slug. Interesting. So now it is normal for you to get errors like this, especially if you're integrating slug or SEO-friendly URL into an existing project. So one of the things you want to do is to check for migrations. So you're going to do something like python manage.py make migrations. Okay, and then we're going to migrate the addition of the slug field. Okay, now we're going to run the server. Now one final thing you need to do to make sure that this works well is in the view. So for our views, we need to pass in the slug parameter like I mentioned earlier, and then the request is going to know that it's expecting the slug value as well as the PK. So now when we go back to our app, we go to the home, we have a Django blog, and then you click on the read more. And then if you look at the URL right here, you discover that the URL has been updated to include the title of the article. So now let's do something. Let's add one more article by going to the admin, and then I click on add new, and I click on how to make a toast. Then add the content. This article is about making toasts, and then I select an author, and then I save. Then let me go back to the site. Now we have 2 articles on our home page, and then I click on read more, and then let's inspect the URL structure. You discover that we have this how to make a toast right here. Now the URL has been optimized for search engine. So basically that is how you do it. So now every article that is added to this web app now we automatically have search engine friendly URLs right there. So what have we done? Let's have a quick recap. We go to the models, we added a slug field, and then you added the slug parameter to the absolute URL function. Then we override the save method for this model so that we can slugify the title and remove white spaces of symbols, and then make it URL friendly before we save the slug into the database. And when we are done with that, you go to our URLs to insert the slug into the URL structure, and then we'll go to the views to pass in the slug into the article request. And that's pretty much what you need to do to create a Django friendly SEO URL. So guys, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and see you on the next one.